Now I'm doing this video during the COVID period is so that in the future when the COVID situation has become better and travel has resumed to normal, yeah, so that's why I'm doing this video. Hello, this is the Singapore guy here. In this video I'm going to talk about how to travel to Singapore, what are the available types of transport to come to Singapore. Alright, the very first thing you'll be asking is how to come to Singapore. There are three legal, of course I'm not talking about illegal, legal ways to arrive in Singapore. First, the most common way that visitors arrive in Singapore is by plane. But before you go and book an air ticket, you need to check for your originating country, the country that you are holding the passport, whether do you need to apply a visa to enter Singapore. But if you are not sure, you can go to Singapore's Immigration Authority website, ICA website at this website to check if you need a visa or not. If you don't need, then good for you. If not, then you need to apply at the Singapore Embassy, overseas mission or visa agent in your country for the visa. Regarding the locations of the Singapore Embassy or mission in your country, you can go to this foreign representative to Singapore website at this website address below and find out the location and even to find out the procedure on how to apply the visa. So after your visa is approved, you can book your flight to Singapore. Your flight will land in either of the 4 current terminals in Singapore. But during this COVID period, I'm not sure whether all 4 terminals are operating, but when the situation get better, most probably all 4 terminals will be operating. Okay, so your flight will land in either of the 4 current terminals in Singapore, Terminal 1, 2, 3, 4. Regardless, when you land, you will have to go through the immigration counters. Most likely you will go through the counters with the sign that state or any countries, unless you are a Singaporean or Malaysian who most likely won't be watching this video. You present the page of your passport that has your visa stamped or attached to the immigration officer. That is if your the country that you are from needs a visa to come to Singapore, then you need to show the visa to your to the Singapore immigration officer and follow his or her instructions. Okay, then after the immigration officer clear you, then you collect your luggages. After you collect your luggages, then you go through the baggage check right before you exit the door to the public arrival area. So after you go through the baggage check, you can proceed to exit the door to the public arrival area of the airport, where usually there are many people waiting at that arrival area. Usually are those family members. They're waiting for their family members to come back to Singapore, or maybe those limousine or car or bus drivers, waiting for the tourists to arrive. Usually they're holding the signs, so that is the area that anyone can just go there. So once you exit the door to the public arrival area of the airport, you may want to take a tour and explore the airport. Changi International Airport, which everyone in all over the world should have heard of this airport, which is known as the #1 airport in the world for many years, even until this year. Okay. You can also go for some shopping and dining at Jewel and Marvel, and the largest indoor waterfall in the world, which is surrounded by many green plants and trees. How to get to Jewel? Jewel is directly linked to Terminal 1, but you can also access to Jewel from Terminal 2 or 3 by walking through a link bridge. If you are at Terminal 4, you have to find the sign that says shuttle bus to Terminal 3. Take the bus to Terminal 3, then at Terminal 3, walk through the link bridge to Jewel. But for now, the shuttle bus service is temporarily suspended due to this COVID and no passenger usage of the shuttle bus, I guess. Is it for the shuttle bus coming from and to Terminal 4? Let me check. Okay, so I have just checked the shuttle bus from Terminal 4 and to Terminal 4, both ways is temporarily suspended. I think only during this COVID period, but once the situation gets better, hopefully the shuttle bus service will resume. Okay, so for now, if you want to go, probably you have to, I don't think there's a way to walk. Maybe Terminal 4 is, the entire Terminal 4 is not operating at this moment. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. Maybe if you somehow you happen to arrive at Terminal 4, I think the only choice is to take a taxi or Grab, Gojek, private car, whatever. Because I don't think you can walk. There's no pavement along the airport road to walk from one terminal to another. But for terminals 1, 2 and 3, yeah, you can't walk from the pavement outside. There's no pavement. You have to walk through the underpass, or the link bridge. Okay, even after the airport decides to resume the shuttle bus service during certain hours of every day, especially during after midnight or late night hours, the shuttle bus will not operate. You may check the shuttle bus operating hours at this airport website. This airport website address below to see if the shuttle bus service is operating. If not, like what I said just now, you may have to take taxi or private car to Jewel or other terminals. And for this, I will also explain in detail later. Okay, so just now I was saying about you can still use the underpass or the overhead link bridge to go between terminals 1, 2 and 3, but not terminal 4. Now I will explain about how to go from one terminal to another. From terminal 1 to 3 and vice versa, that means 1 to 3 and 3 to 1. Okay, you can take the SkyTrain. It is a free SkyTrain service. It is a 2-carriage train that is running on an elevated track. But take note that the SkyTrain does not operate at 12 to 6 a.m. every day. Currently, it is not serving Terminal 2 for this COVID period. So from Terminal 1 to 2 and vice versa, you have to use the Jewel Link Bridge, as Terminal 1 is connected to Jewel. So let's say you are going from Terminal 1 to 2. Inside Terminal 1, you have to find a way to get to Jewel. Then from Jewel, find a way to go to this link bridge. Then from the link bridge, it connects you to Terminal 2. But I suppose once the COVID situation gets better, the free SkyTrain service from Terminal 2 and to Terminal 2 will resume. So it will be much easier. You don't have to walk so long. Then for Terminal 2 to 3 and vice versa, you have to use the underpass that runs over the Changi Airport train station, which is also known as the Changi Airport MRT station, which has trains going to town and all over Singapore. So let's say you want to go from Terminal 2 to Terminal 3, you'll find the underpass that goes down to MRT. So you go down to the underpass, but you don't go down another escalator all the way to the MRT station. Instead, you will see one long corridor that connects to Terminal 3. That corridor is over the MRT station. Like what I said, after some time, this airport SkyTrain will definitely have to resume service to or from Terminal 2. I'm not sure when, but you can check with this Changi Airport website, which is below. If you have finished your shopping, exploring or whatever inside the airport, and now you decide to leave the airport and go to your hotel, first to put your luggages before you go anywhere else, there are a few ways to go about it. The first way is I guess that is the most common way, especially for people carrying huge luggages or many luggages. So the way is taking a taxi or private transport. For taxi, you just need to look for the sign. Whichever terminal that you are in, you just need to look for the sign that says taxi stand and follow the signs to go to the taxi stand. Last time, before this COVID period, there used to be many travelers coming to Singapore, so sometimes the queue for taxi may be very long, but nowadays I think there's no queue. I'm not sure. Or in the future, when the situation gets better and travel goes back to normal, maybe the long queue for the taxi comes back again. But anyway, when it is your turn to board the taxi, a staff there will guide you to your taxi, and usually the staff or taxi driver will help you to unload your luggages to the taxi booth. Then you enter the taxi and tell the driver the hotel you want to go, and the driver will switch on the taxi meter and send you there. In Singapore, all the taxi drivers must switch on their meter. Here there's no such thing as the driver offering or negotiating a price. In other countries, there's no bargaining for a lower price for the passenger too, and there's no such thing as the driver touting you, keep harassing you to enter his or her taxi, offering you, telling like all those scams that happen in other countries. There's no such thing in Singapore. And the driver also cannot choose whether he want to take you based on your destination. The taxi laws are very strict here, so like what I say, don't worry about being scammed here in Singapore in the airports. Or alternatively, you can book a private hire car. The most popular ones in Singapore is Grab, Gojek, right? Last time there used to be Uber, but it was merged with Grab. So how you want to book the private hire car? First, you need to have data or Wi-Fi. When you're in the airport, you can go to those shops or booths selling the mobile SIM card. Mainly is Singtel, StarHub or M1. You look for these three. So you can purchase a tourist prepaid SIM card from the shop. Put it inside your mobile phone SIM card slot. Maybe you need to do a bit of settings. That one you can ask the shop to help you to do it. Ask them to help you to put the SIM card inside your mobile phone, then do a few of the data settings before you can officially use the mobile data. Once you can use the mobile data into Singapore, you go to the app or Play Store, depending on which phone you are using, and search and download the app, Grab, Gojek, or Ride. After you download the app, you open the app, then most probably they will ask you to register with either your mobile number or your email. So you can register with your Singapore local number. After you register with your Singapore number, they will let you key in your pickup location. So the pickup location is the terminal that you are at, and also you select the exact location of the pickup point. For example, okay, let's say I'm in terminal 3. For terminal 3, the arrival pickup point, I suppose it's at basement 1. Then I want to meet the private car at pickup point 6. So for this example, I will select terminal 3, basement 1, pickup point 6, something like that. Okay, then after you select the pickup point or drop off point is the hotel that you are going to. So for example, let's say I want to go to Marina Bay Sands Hotel, MBS Hotel Tower 1. So I select MBS Hotel Tower 1, then press the book the car button. After you book the car, please go to the exact pickup point that you select and wait for your ride there. Don't wait until the car has arrived, then you slowly walk to the pickup point. Because in Singapore, the private cars or taxis are not allowed to stay there and wait for the passenger at the pickup point. There are also those 7 or more seaters taxis, such as those we call maxi-cabs or minibuses, that can seat 10 to 20 people. You can find those booths at the airport and book at the booths. Usually you can find their booths at the arrival level of each terminal, like for example the public arrival area that I was talking about just now. So I've been talking about private transport. However, if you are carrying light or you don't want to spend so much on transport, you can take the train, MRT, which take you to most of the places all over Singapore. Okay, on how to take the MRT, from terminals 2 and 3, it is quite straightforward. You can just follow the sign that says, I think, train. They don't really put it MRT, they put it train to city, something like that. So you just follow the sign to go down to the MRT station, which is at the basement level. Then for terminal 1, you can take the SkyTrain to terminal 3, and from there you follow the sign that says train to go to the MRT station. Okay, then when you reach the MRT station, the entry and exit gates and where the command center is, you can either ask the staff inside the command center, or you can see the MRT system map, the map which displays the entire MRT network in Singapore. The different colored lines at the different stations. So if you know how to read the map, you can try to figure it out yourself. But sometimes the hotel that you want to go to may not be like right outside the MRT station or very near the MRT station. So you can also use Google Maps. Google Maps has like different types of transport. One of them is the train and bus route. So you can use that to um, guide you on how to take the train to the hotel that you want to go to. Yeah, so talking about bus, like what I said just now, you can use the Google Maps train and bus route, the, the function to guide you to the hotel that you want to go to. As for how to go to the bus station in the airport terminal, every terminal has its own bus station. You can follow the sign. What? And you can follow the sign that reads bus or bus to city, something like that, I think. So you follow the sign to go to the bus station. Usually the bus station at every terminal is also at the basement level, I think. Usually every bus route will go to the buses that will fly the airport route. Usually the buses will go through every terminal and stop at every terminal. So once you're at the bus station, you just look for the bus number and wait for the bus at the how to call it, the bus line. And once your bus arrives, you have to pay by the coins. You have to pay by coins. You cannot, not say you cannot pay by banknotes, but they don't give you back any change. They cannot give you the change. So let's say if you pay by it's alright if you pay by a $2 note, but if you pay by a $5 or even a $10 note or even higher than that, you are like wasting your money because they don't give you back change. You need to drop the coins inside the coins machine in the bus. If you're not sure how much to pay, you can either ask the bus driver, or what we call as bus captain, or you can at the bus station there's a list of the bus numbers and the bus stops that they will stop at, and for every bus stop that they stop at, they will display the fare that you need to pay if you want to stop at that particular bus stop.